Bushcraft 412, and now I want to show you my second favorite cooking system. And this is another versatile system I think is great for anyone, whether you're a hunter, fisherman, backpacker, camper, primitive backpacker, bushcrafter, whatever you do. I think this is a great system. And I keep this system before we get going and I forget. And I believe this is actually a maxpedition water bottle holder. This is actually, I think, designed to fit like Nalgene size bottles, but I have something different in there. Very neat because it has moly webbing, as well as some D-loops for attaching to other places on each side. Some Velcro on the top if you want to put your name tag on there. A drain hole on the bottom in case it gets wet. And a nice ample front pouch, which is perfect because it does hold 2 or 3 Altoid cans. If you want to put if you have like Altoid tins with supplies in them or whatever, they can go in there. You can put your iodine tablets in here, esbit tablets. Very nice, and a nice size where you can fit some neat stuff in there. So I think this is a great system for what this is, and I'll show you what's inside now. We'll get done. Quit blabbering on. This is a very well reviewed product on the internet. You see this all the time. This is the Swiss Ranger Volcano stove. And a lot of people overpay for this. I see a lot of people online who pay $20 and $25 for this. No, you can get these for $9.99 on cheaperthandirt.com. And there's a couple other websites too that sell these for $9.99. There's no reason to pay any more than $10 for this. And if you can't find them on cheaperthandirt.com, I'll tell you what, I'll look up and find some other sites for you that have them in stock because I know they're out there. This is basically a military surplus stove. I have about 4 of these because at $10, I've bought a couple of these. And this one's actually my nice one. I keep it in, I haven't used it. I just keep it, because I like having a nice one that looks nice and clean. My other ones are very scorched and burnt up. But let's show you real quick what this is. This is if I can remember how to do this. It's been a while. A cup. It's an aluminum cup with a handle. Very nice. Deep too. It holds, I believe, 2 full cups. Very solid wire handle too. So it's not something that slips around. It's something you can grab and get a firm grip on. It comes with an aluminum water bottle. And the only downfall to this is it is a cork top. Not big on that, but the cork does double as a good survival item, and that you can use it as part of your fishing kit. Big, deep aluminum bottle. As you can see, these are used, so usually they're a little gunky inside, and you got to get a brush and clean them when they're new. But it's pretty thick. It's not something you can really crush. Just a shame they haven't made some kind of a better top for these things. But that's your water bottle. And this is your stove. This is also aluminum. Has a nice little entry hole. And lots of little vent holes and a handle to hold it with. And there is a hole here, which is really neat. So if you want some rigidity to your handle so it's not flopping all over, so you can put this wherever it is you're putting it or doing with it when it's hot, you have a good sturdy handle to hold on to it. To pick it up and move it around. How this works, of course, you say if you can boil either one, you put this in, and you can, in this area down here, because it's supported by the wire actually holds the bottle up. You can put you can make a small fire in there, put coals from your fire, or just make a little stick fire in there. Or you can use alcohol stoves. I believe these were designed to use those Swiss M1 stoves. They're about like $3. They're a small little alcohol stove, very similar to Sterno, except they have a better flame to them and they boil a little hotter and boil a little easier than Sterno. But you can use Sterno in these. You can use the Swiss M1 stove. You can use esbit tablets, fire cubes, fire gel, anything you can get. You can start a fire in them, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Same thing, this thing fits in as well for cooking purposes. It's a shame there's no lid for this, but you can always just put aluminum foil over it if you want. This is an awesome versatile system for cooking out in the woods. I mean, you're talking this thing weighs less than a pound, and you have a pretty kick-butt stove, a water bottle, and something to eat out of. I think that kind of versatility is just completely unmatched, and I can't believe nobody is out there making something like this in current production. It really just baffles me and blows my mind that no one's doing it, because this is really useful. It's my second, like I said, it's my second favorite system. I'm an old fan of the canteen cup and the canteen cup stove, but this is my second favorite. I tend to bring this more on kind of long-term backpacking when you're going a week or so, because I kind of find that the stove is a little better for cooking than the canteen. The canteen cup stove gets a little monotonous cooking on it because it's kind of a pain in the butt. Versus this, if you bring a Swiss M1 stove, those M1 stoves are good for quite a few hours, and you can boil water in about 10 minutes with them. So you can actually eat for an entire week off one Swiss M1 stove, and this, no problem. So I think that's a great system. And I gotta give a shout out to someone I'm subscribed to, Hiram. He has his channel, and you'll see it in on my main channel. I have a link to his webpage. He does a lot of testing of alcohol stoves and backpacking stoves, and he has a lot of videos involving this and how good the boil times are using different kinds of fuel. So I got to give a shout out to him. He did a lot of work with this volcano stove, and he did a lot of experimentation to find out which fuels work the best with it. And I just want to put it out there that, you know, his work is really appreciated, and I've used a lot of his ideas and methods when in my own backpacking, and he's got a fantastic channel, and he's got such a scientific approach to everything. It's really quite amazing what he's done, and it's really appreciated. And you guys, if you haven't seen his channel, you should check it out. His name is Hiram Cook, and he is in my on my channel page. There's a link to his channel. So if you want further information on the stove, definitely check him out. This is a great versatile system, like I said, and this is something you can toss it in your backpack. But as I mentioned in my other video on stoves, or especially these kind of systems, I like them to be on my belt. I like them to be separate from my backpack because I don't want them to get lost or misplaced. I want them on me at all times. So lots of times in this pocket, what you'll find is maybe a couple lighters, a pocket knife, some esbit tablets, and some, maybe even like a space blanket. I put some real emergency stuff in there because say someone does, you know, find my backpack on the trail or at a lean-to and steals it, I'll always have this. And water is the most important thing when you're out in the woods. You can only live a couple days without it, so losing your cup, your metal cup, is like death if you're on a long trip and you're a long ways from civilization. So I wanted to put that out there. I hope you enjoyed this this little setup I got going on, and glad you guys are watching and enjoying the videos.